also known by other names up in Alaska, Alaskan Thunderfuck. And and what was the other name up in Alaska?
Don Shell. Don Shell was his real name. The original real name.
Don Shell?
Don Shell.
Don Shell. Okay. And there are a few things that Artiss brought. There are some pictures that I'm going to pass around so everybody can look at the pictures. And a few of the papers that he had. One is a little flyer of the Fountain Fire. I don't know how many of you remember the Fountain Fire in 1992. I do it.
I can hardly hear you.
The Fountain Fire in 1992. Do you remember that? Because Artiss brought some memorabilia that Archie had that were things that were important to him. One was that he helped fight that Fountain Fire. He drove a bulldozer during that. And in 1992. Another thing that he was very proud of, and I know he would always talk about this every time that he did, was when he would go down to the stand down in Reading to support the veterans. And they knew him down there, and they wrote him a letter of appreciation for the support and help that he gave down there. And also gave him a certificate. And I'll go ahead and pass these around with the pictures too. And then we have a lot of really, really nice pictures. One of which, I probably know not too many people. I know I had never seen what Archie looked like when he was 16 years old playing in a band. These things then, the pictures and the different things I'm going to pass around as things that everybody can take a look at. But before we start the music and testimonials and everything, I would like to begin with a prayer that Artiss picked out from a group of Native American prayers called the Sacred Circle of the Four Directions. And this is one prayer that she thought was particularly fitting, and I think we should open with this. O Great Spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds and breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I am weak and small. I need your strength and wisdom. Let me walk in balance and make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things you have made, and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise so that I may understand the things you have taught my people. Let me learn the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock. I seek strength, not to be greater than my brother, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes. So when life fades as the fading sunset, my spirit may come to you without shame.
Thank you, Alex.
That poem was written by Mitai Kuye Oyasin. And I think that those of us who knew Archie can all testify that that is the way that he lived. I know myself personally, it was maybe 6 years ago that I first met Archie down here at an open mic, and he invited me to come to his trailer that night, and we stayed there maybe 3 or 4 hours celebrating, playing music together and sharing stories. And I just thought, this is one of the most amazing men I have ever met. We both had experiences in Montana, so he told a lot of stories about Montana that I could relate to. And Alaska, and when he was in that band when he was 16 years old down over there on the coast, and growing up on the reservation. and so many different things. And often he would invite me over to his place and he would tell more stories. And then one thing that was really precious to me, he had a friend who wrote a book about the Modoc tribe. And he lent that book to me. And that was really, really deep. And then we would talk about that sometimes. He was a man you could talk with about anything.
That's right, I did.
You know,
Every day.
he had lots of stories, but also he had a clear mind and good perception of a lot of issues and just native wisdom. And so I felt really blessed to know him. And two of the most precious things for me in knowing him were the one time when we came by and Shannon was here, the girl whose skirt flew up. Right. And we went over to the house and I just started making up a song about Archie. And the verses of the song were the stories that he had told me. And as I was singing the song, he started crying. And he said, "This man listens, this man listens." He was just so moved. I was only reflecting back all of the wonderful tales that he had told me about work, you know, things he had done in Alaska. But he had so much heart. He was one man that I've known in my life who, when he would say, and he often said it, "I love you," you just felt that it was completely pure love, like he was a channel of the Great Spirit with that love manifesting through him. With gratitude, he just was really beautiful that way. And the other was when you guys came last summer up to my house, because a young man who had, indirectly, Archie was responsible for paying his way through college. When he was when this kid went to school, he got a hold of some seed that Archie had developed in Alaska, and it was famous. And he knew Archie through that for like 30 years. He paid for 2 doctorates by multiplying this seed and selling his product. And so when he heard through a friend that Archie lived here, he traveled out here to meet Archie. And they met in my backyard. And it was just a wonderful thing, listening to them exchange once again exchange all the stories, because we were fortunate to know a person who shared so much, and I think some of it was recorded, and it was really wonderful. So that's what I have to say. I just thank the Great Spirit that I knew this great man and was able to share love with him. And I'm going to just open the mic up now. If there's anybody there, we're gonna have music, and we're also going to do it. But I first want to give a chance to everybody you would like to come up, and and just anybody that wants to come up and share some words about Archie.